What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? Happy day today. We're going to look at Bitcoin. Obviously, we always have to look at what's going on with the king. We're going to look at the DXY because it's heading in the direction so far that we want it to go. If we want this crypto markets to continue to go up and the overall markets to continue to go up, we're going to take a look at BTC dominance and total 3. And of course, we're going to take a look at some altcoins. We're going to take a look at 5 charts that look very bullish, are very bullish: Sinverse, Rio, Orei, Uno Re, and Credify. And I'm gonna do an extra one for a team member for Velez Crypto here. He wants CA. He's invested in CA, and so we're gonna take a look at that chart. I'm just gonna do some technical analysis. All right, interesting. And so without further ado, let's do this. Bitcoin, looking at the daily. So we are right here, just underneath it. Okay, last time, I guess we were underneath the all-time high. It spent, I think I want to say like 10, 14 days before finally breaking through. Could envision something like that. Let's call it this one, the first attempt. Let's say in the next 7 days from the first attempt. We'll say 14 days right here. That would bring us out to March 20th, okay? March 20th, more or less. And maybe we could break through. So in these next couple of days, it depends. I mean, if there's some good news, if there's a lot of ETF interest, which there has been, just good numbers and not that many GBT outflows, then GBTC, I can envision this going up. Just other buys. I don't see it coming down here right now currently. First, we're going to make the first attempts here. And however long that takes, it could take a few days, it could take a couple of weeks before we decide to move down if we are not successful in breaking it. And as far as down, I mean, first, you'd have to get to the area 63,669, more or less, right around here, below this, right here, to break structure. If we broke below that, then this little structure right here, this mini structure, if we break below that, then yeah, I can see us coming down here and maybe testing this 58,164 area of support, maybe bouncing. But for right now, my bias really is up here, and I think sooner or later, you know, in these next few days, maybe even today, I don't know, a little bit of a catalyst, a little bit of a push, we're gonna break through at least, I think. If not, I would still give it a few, like a week or so to try before it decides to move the other way. That's how I see it. So let's see what happens there, okay? But let's take a look at the DXY, because the DXY is doing exactly what we want it to do, right? Breaking down, inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? Which, if it was, the neckline would be here and would bring us all the way down here to the bottom of this channel. All right, that's how I see that. And so far, it looks like it might be playing out. Shoulders right here. It looks like it might be playing out, but we'll see. It's still too early to tell. There is right here this line. If I extend it here, all right. If I extend that there, then there's this area right here of support. Let's bring it a little closer here. This area of support, we could bounce here like we did here, boom, 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 before continuing down. Maybe make another couple of attempts here before continuing down. But looking good, right? The DXY, that's the dollar. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. We need to know what's going on with Bitcoin. And right here, just more or less kind of testing the outside area. We haven't really touched it these last couple of times. You know, last time we touched it was March 2nd. Since then, we've gone way up, come way back down. Let's see. Let's see if we kind of settle around here, or we do something like this again. Boom. But if we do, it'll be interesting to see, because it looks like maybe something like this is starting to form, right? So let's see if it does something like that. But it's still too early to tell. But we'll see. We'll see what happens right there. And let's look at total 3. I like it. Big fan. Big fan. Total 3. Keep doing your thing, baby. Keep going up. Very bullish, very bullish. I like it. So my portfolio was up to new all-time highs as far as this particular portfolio for this particular cycle is concerned, which is pretty cool. And a lot of it had to do with this one. because it has started to move up again after this long consolidation, after I had bought the top, right, the local top. After I had bought the local top, it went against me, and it was a good amount of money, a good amount of capital. And now it's finally starting to come back up. And now what I mentioned yesterday, I think I talked about it yesterday, the inverse head and shoulders, this being the neckline. Let's see if it can break through. We still got to get through this, and we got to get through the local top again right up here, and then the 0.021 cents. So there is some resistance right here, but it would be nice to see it at least not lose 0.013. We'll see. So far, today it went down and it got bought up pretty well. I was seeing in the chat that there was some whale with a big size portfolio and buying a bunch of this. I think he was up to like 6.6 million tokens. All right, so he's putting some good money in it. Okay, let's hope he's smart. Let's hope he's smart and sees something that I see as well. But he just has more capital than I do. And let's see if he sees the same thing. This thing going to 11 cents, and at the height of a bull run going to $1 or $2. You know, it's just that good of a project as far as I can tell. But this is good to see, and it's looking very bullish. Let's see how high it can go. Hopefully we'll break through this area. But really, right now, it's just breaking through this 0.016, this area, the neckline. If we can break through that, then I think this area here and this area here will be a lot easier. This is the most important area right here to break, as far as I'm concerned. After that, then I see us pumping even more, Maybe a few days like this, a couple weeks like little sideways where it reaches somewhere, consolidate before the next leg up could be possible. But the previous pump, it pumped. How long was that? Before consolidated, about 42 days. All right, so how long are we in this one? Let's see, 25 days. So we still got, I think, based on time, if this is some indication, then we still have some more time, another 20 or so days to see how high this thing can go before maybe it consolidates, or who knows, maybe it's just going to slowly grind up continuously. We'll see. Good project though, and I just wanted to bring your attention. It is moving up right here, and once we get out of here, expecting good things. So do with that information what you will. Relio, look at this little move, right? Finally, it's starting to get to that dollar mark. That this is $1.07, but the dollar is just a little bit of ways away. What is that to get to $1? Man, 2% away. 2% away. It'll be interesting. It'll probably go through that, and maybe if we get some rejection up here, $1.07 maybe. We'll see. Psychological number. We'll see if we can break through. But this is good. This looks good. Relio's a good project, man. I'm very bullish on it as well. And the chart is looking like it might want to. Once it breaks out of this area, guys, I think it's gonna move up. Well, here I have this as resistance as well. After that, I could see it going up to $6.91. Now, that's not what I'm saying it's going to go to as far as the height of the bull run, okay? The height of the bull run, I think it can go a lot higher. A lot higher. Yeah. I got to this based on this little, again, inverse head and shoulders, which broke through the neckline and it did this, all right? So this was the neckline as far as I'm concerned. It did this, and it's still on its way to $7.07. Okay, so that's how I got to that, but there's resistance at $1.07 as far as I can see, and $1.52. But again, good project, under $1, not bad at all if you're still looking for positions. But obviously, on all of these are all having green days, and I would not say to start buying right now on green days. Wait for some red days. Tomorrow I'm gonna look. If I remember, we're gonna look at tokens that are still haven't pumped yet. For example, Trias. Right, it's at the lower part of it that are in good buy zones. Let's say, because I'm not. It's good to see this. I'm bringing it to your attention because it looks like it wants to move up. All right, but is it in a good buy zone? Relatively speaking, but it could be in a better buy zone if it retraces from here, and it goes back to this little area right here, before pumping up. So just wait for red days, but it's good to know. Okay, at least these are moving. I'll put it in my mental notes and watch it to see when a consolidation area or a drop comes. I remember this token because it was moving. I liked it. I did my homework on it. Let me buy because it's in a good buy zone. Got to be patient still. Even though we're getting closer to the halving, you got to be patient still. Always, okay? This is a patient man's game. All right. Or AI. Next one. So it's cool. Real community has been talking about $1 forever. So I mean, it's cool that we're right up on it. And once we break $1, similar to all-time highs for Bitcoin, once we break all-time highs, there's going to be surprisingly more interest in the project because of that. It's kind of stupid in a sense because you want to buy it as cheap as possible, but for some reason people like all-time highs and they want to buy it all-time highs. I don't know. Don't be one of those people, by the way. All right, or AI. And it's starting to move after 3 days of consolidation. See, now here we go. An example: a few days going up, and then don't buy it there. You buy it right here. And on these days, day 2, you're like, oh, all right, it's going down. Let me buy this, and then you just spend time buying this day. See if it dips. You only had a few days here, so I mean, I wouldn't put it all in. Again, dollar cost average. Even if it's dollar cost averaging over the course of a few hours, it's better than doing it all at once. All right, better over the course of a few days. But even if it's just over a few hours, it's better than doing it all at once. All right, you play with that however you have to play with that to get your system down. But after 3 days, boom, nice 2 days up, and now we cleared that. So I mean, I think we're going to continue to keep going up. Or AI chain. All right, what targets do I have for a short term? $50. It's at 19 right now. All right. Or AI chain looks bullish, but obviously wait for days like these, those three consolidation days, because they'll happen even on a run up. They'll happen, and that's when you want to get in. All right. Or AI Uno Re. I don't talk about it too much, but it deserves a mention because it's looking bullish right now. We are off of these all-time lows. Basically, these are the all-time lows. Boom, boom. Try to get above this line. We did it. Fake out. Basically, spend time. See, now this is something attempting. See how many days it was. So you could put this so you can see visually what could happen next for Bitcoin. Okay, 11 days trying. 11 days just being right in that little area. Boom, right above that line of resistance. Boom, 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 and eventually it broke on through. And this right here is essentially what I envision would be like my scenario. My highest probability scenario of what could happen to Bitcoin, how we're going to break on through. All right, like that after a few days. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can see it visually right there. And back to Uno Re. It broke through here. Right after 11 days of trying, we finally broke through. And now, do we start going up to 0.07 cents? To 7 cents? We're at 4.66. Looks very bullish. And this project should, because the team is good. They do a lot of they work hard. They put a lot of information out there. I don't keep tabs too much on the community, so I can't give you the sentiment on what's going on with how the community feels about things. But I do see them put in work from Twitter. And they're reinsurance, man. Reinsurance companies, they make a killing. They make a killing. So I'm bullish on that. And crypto needs reinsurance as well, because these projects get hacked all the time. So I think it's a good narrative. I think the project is good. That it's at all-time lows. It's a laggard. These are the ones that you want to kind of maybe throw a little bit of money in. After reviewing it and seeing how strong your conviction is, then based on your conviction, you decide how much money you want to put in. All right, so boom, almost 5 cents. I think maybe, just maybe, we might start doing this and start moving up like that. Let's see. Let's keep an eye on it. Uno, I'm already invested, so I'm just bringing good stuff to your attention. Credify. I thought this chart looked bullish. And it really does. All right, and it looks like we've got to get out of this whole little area right here. But it's good that we broke through here. Boom, 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 and now we're showing some strength right now. Higher high, just grinding up at 9 cents. My target, right, short term would be at the top of this range. I mean, this top of this channel, basically 0.013 cents. Right now we're under a penny, 0.009. All right, good project too. Another real world asset play. And now let's take a look at CAW. This was requested by one of my team members. Pretty simple. I'm not going to look at the tokenomics or its numbers. I'm just going to look at the chart based on what I see in the chart. All right. Obviously, when we're reviewing a project, right, to see if it's good for us, we want to look at the numbers. We want to go here. Oh, wait, that's not it. This is my portfolio. Really quickly, just on a quick tangent. Treyas was the top dog, but now because Rio is closing in on a penny, it's overtaking it, and because Trias hasn't moved yet, but it will, and eventually it'll take the top spot again probably. But it's cool. I like that they're all vying for top spots and moving on up, right? Or AI, because it's moving, because it's pumping again, it's moving up as well. It's interesting to see that. It's interesting to see that how they move up, how they change and stuff. All right here. Okay, so back to you want to come to CoinMarketCap. You want to come to CoinMarketCap and you want to review exactly what it does. Okay, what the numbers are, everything, and then you want to go on the website. Then you want to go on Twitter, see what's going on. Then you definitely want to go into the community of whatever it is. All right, but for now, that's how you should look at a project, like the white paper, all that stuff too. But more than anything, what I mentioned, you probably get the information that you need. But looking at a chart as well, it's good. That's why it's good to read a chart, because it can kind of give you all that information in a glance. Doesn't mean it's always right, because sometimes the fundamentals, the chart takes a little bit of time to catch up to the fundamentals. Example, Uno Re, fundamentally looks very strong, but the chart is down here, all-time lows basically. Well, coming off of those all-time lows. So I mean, again, good area to buy. All right. So sometimes we won't know that just by looking at the chart. That's why we have to do the other things, like go to the Twitter, go into the group and talk. Look at the website, see what they're all about. Look at their tokenomics. Okay. Although that should be in this, the tokenomics and all that stuff, right? But not always, because this is just an interpretation of human emotion, our feelings. Okay, and we are not rational. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so back to CAW. Just looking at the chart, and as you can clearly see, so we spent a little bit of time underneath this channel, just barely trying to get over it. Fake out, four fake outs, but now we're up against it now again, right? We are here again. We've been here before. Do we do something like this, drop, or do we break through? How I see it, because of where we are in the cycle, in the market cycle, my tendency is towards the upside. So I'm thinking that it's probably going to break through. So far, it's been holding strong. Okay, and eventually, it's kind of the thing. If it stays here for too long, it will drop. Because if it stays here for too long and doesn't break, it'll drop. But at the same time, it could also be that, you know, if it stays here for a little while, eventually it will break, because it doesn't want to come back down. All right, so far it's been like that, but eventually it will get discouraged and come down. But we don't know how long that is. That's just how it is. We can't know all this stuff, but we can give an idea. We can make educated guesses and see if we're right. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. So CAW right now is at an interesting point where if we break through this, a lot of zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 12. The first number I can see is 12. If we break through this 12, 8, 6 area, yeah, I can see some good price discovery at that point, right? And it's not a fake out, so this spent a few days above it. So we have to see if it spends a few days, more than a few days, and if it starts moving up. If it starts moving up, this thing could probably pump. All right, we're gonna leave it there. All right, guys, so Bitcoin, let's see if it spends the next few days trying to break on through to past all-time highs. If it does, it'll be in price discovery, and then it should pump a little bit more, how I see it. I don't see it rejecting, but we'll know in the next few days. I mean, it could break today. I mean, who knows? But we'll know in the next few days, next few weeks, because if it still hasn't broken in a couple of weeks, then it's probably gonna go down. We're gonna test some lows. But we'll see. I'm just guessing. All right. I also showed you the charts, bullish charts on Sin, Rio, ORAI, Uno Re, and Credifi. Obviously, do not buy on green days. Wait for a pullback. Wait for some sideways consolidation. After doing your homework, if you like the project, that's how you go in. Dollar cost averaging. All right. And we also showed for my teammate who doesn't speak English, by the way. So I guess I'm doing it for you guys. CAW. All right, interesting. I don't know too much of the project. I'm not saying he's invested in it. He likes it. He's bullish on it. But I'd have to review it to kind of get an idea if I like it or not. Interesting name, CAW, a hunter's dream. All right, and there you are, boys and girls. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. That helps grow the channel. And if you can do that, I would greatly appreciate it. That's what I want to do. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.